1.
Welcome everybody to um the stream. Today we're doing a
I
chill
mean,
stream as normal. So it's normally we do Monday Madness with whatever. Um right now the madness is ironically happening off screen. At least for me and for my
oh god,
friend.
that's true.
So today I've got with me as usual, I've got Red and Shadow. So go ahead and say hi guys.
Yo.
Hey,
So we decided we're gonna do a chill stream today, and then, or for now, and then later we're going to be doing a session of Helldivers 2 because they just released a
Yeah.
new
Oh
unit, and I
god.
figured we'd have something else interesting to show.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
stuff like this is going to be more exclusive to like Discord and to the Discord server and to a Twitch. And we're gonna have stuff on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about being gone for 2 weeks. Shit's fucked, yo. I don't know about you, Shadow, but I know Blaze has also had a bit of a wild couple of weeks.
my weeks have been pretty calm, mostly.
Mine's also been pretty calm. I mean, there was so if you're not following our Discord, you can hop inside.
Yeah.
I
So I know
was
Blaze.
without internet for 3 days, so I didn't really
Yeah.
want to do any recording sessions. So literally the entire time, I racked up 32 hours of well, not 32, but about 32 hours of XCOM 2, and just straight up playing that for 3 days straight.
Oh, boo hoo, you were without internet. I got hit by 4 fucking Pacific Northwest storms.
And none of those storms made it down to me.
You're not in the
Despite me
Pacific
expecting,
Northwest.
despite me expecting, two of them to make it all the way down here to Southern California,
Yes.
they did not.
Yeah, Blaze lost internet. I lost power for days at a time. In the middle of winter. In the mountains.
That sounds like you need a better jacket.
Oh, I have a very good jacket. It's a Carhartt. Not sponsored, but yes, they make excellent jackets. Buy that shit. Anyway, so now that we're all caught up, and oh boy, that's been a wild couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of wild couple of weeks, we're actually doing something new, and we actually wrote down what we're going to talk about and try and keep this semi-organized.
Which, knowing the three of us and our combined ADHD powers, we're not going to be able to do that for very long.
Let's keep a timer on how long it takes for this train to derail. First topic coming up: high school shenanigans and pranks.
So
Who
this
wants
one,
to start off?
so this one was my idea, so I'll start. So my senior year of high school, which was 2015 into 2016. I graduated 2016 in April.
Young Mark.
Yeah, in Florida, go Bears. Um,
Careful, too much information, they might be able to track you down.
I own a 9mm. I'd like to see them try.
Not like that.
Well, I don't live there anymore. Neither does my father, so I mean they can't track me back to him.
Fair enough. Uh,
But yeah, so I lived there. So one of the things was is my senior year in high school, I was part of my school's JROTC.
I have a feeling I
Um,
know where this is going.
I was in there for the first part, and because of everybody, some people start until you were sophomore, you could not drive to school. You could either be dropped off or have someone else drive you, but you could not drive to school your freshman year. It was a school law. It was a school rule. So if you were in the ROTC program, there was parking space behind the ROTC building, and it was essentially first come first serve. Because I was still enrolled in the program at the time, so when I originally got so when I was in there, it's like when I originally got when I originally started, it was they sent the list of all the students, and if your name was on the list, you eventually got called up to do parking. So I put my name on. So my name was on the list, and I got one of the parking spots. A week later, because everyone was still figuring out their schedules, everyone was still figuring out your classes. So you had your first 3 weeks to change up your schedule with valid excuses and whatnot. I withdrew from the program, still kept my parking spot, and I got to drive home in a nice, non-cluttered area.
Lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I also got to drive to high school, not that often. But do
Oh,
you know how much of a pain in the ass it was to find parking?
Well, these were assigned parking spots, so if someone else parked there, they literally would be warned, and if it happened again, their car would get towed.
Yes. Which you can't legally own the car until you're 18, which means your parents have to pay the tow bill.
Yep.
Oh, there were probably so many people that got pissed at that.
No, most people. So the thing about it is that we also
That was a
had
special.
like a massive dirt parking lot, and the thing about it there was that it was literally free for all. It was first come first serve for the dirt parking lot, and if you got put in the dirt parking lot, you had to get there early.
Oh, yeah. So my high school, in comparison, we had 200 spots for a high school that served 1,400.
Yeah.
Even dividing the years by quarters, that's 350 students per year.
Mm-hmm.
And halfway through sophomore year, you can start driving. So you have 800 students competing for 200 parking spots. Because in my town, the bus service sucked. And just for later, for when we upload this, I'm going to see if I can find a...
Well, this is not getting uploaded. The Helldivers is going to be uploaded.
Oh, the Helldivers will be?
If Bunny if Bunny's okay with me streaming, then yes. If not, then this is just going to be Twitch exclusive.
I'd say let's upload this too, but not to YouTube.
Then where the fuck would we upload it to?
Discord.
I can't upload the full video if it's an hour long.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
it's not going to be a full hour long. We're not that.
Well, the thing of it is what I could do is I could just post in Drago posts, put in the link to the full video.
We'll come back to it. You are recording though, right?
Always. I cannot stream without recording, but I can record without streaming.
So that was your high school story for the day.
No, I have more.
Well, we're trying to keep it to under an hour for this.
I can. Okay, so my next story is senior year. So I have two stories. Two more stories. My second story is my high school. In my senior year, I was very much like battling a lot with my ADHD and my depression. And don't worry, this is a fun story. And so one of the things was that throughout the entire senior year, I refused to sit in my assigned seat, and I would literally sit anywhere else. So my teachers, knowing that I had an independent education plan or an IEP, which also allowed me to bring my computer to school and to use it for taking notes and all that other stuff, as well as a tablet. I would in like my English class, I would stand in the back of the classroom, put my book bag against a bookcase, and just do homework on a bookcase, or do my classwork on a bookcase, and just stand there for literally about 45 minutes. I would just stand for 45 minutes straight in the back of the classroom, following along with the book, and then whenever the teacher would reassign seats, he'd say, Drago, this is your assigned seat if you ever decide to sit in here. And they would just continue on down the list. And my teachers didn't care because I wasn't distracting anybody. I wasn't doing anything I shouldn't be. And I would just be, I just did, and like in my math class, there was a desk sitting at the very back of the classroom for facing the wall for kids who got punished. For whatever dumb reason. So what I did is I sat on it, but I faced the opposite way. So I'd have my ass on, and it was one of those like hybrid desks where the seat attached to the front end of the desk. So I would just sit on it, my ass on the front end, and just and then put my feet up on the seat and just like take notes in the back of class. Or I'd just cross my legs and lean against the wall. I'd just take notes, do whatever. Most of the time in my classes when I was back there, I was on my phone. My teachers didn't care. I completed the classworks. I was non-disruptive. It wasn't a distraction because my phone was silent, and nobody could see me on my phone, so they weren't distracted by me on it. And I would, I didn't test well, so my teachers were fine. As long as I did decent enough on my tests. Whenever I took them in my specialized class that I had, my special period that I had set aside for tests and homework and doing everything.
Yeah.
My third story is...
All right, let's limit it to 2 this time.
No.
Otherwise, none of us are going to get to tell other stories.
It's a very quick story. It's like 2 minutes or less.
All right, you got 2 minutes.
You can even time me. So, one of the classes I dropped, my ROTC class in senior year, I dropped for Intro into IT Online virtual course. I should have used it to go to another school to go take the actual class and get my certificate of IT and A+. But I didn't because I was an idiot and I wanted to skip through school. Anyways, I finished in 3 months my class. And so for about another 4, 5, 6 months left, I had nothing else to do. So I would be playing Apples Against Humanity with people online. And I met somebody. I tried to talk with them and play with them. But eventually it didn't pan out and whatever. So eventually I started playing Jackbox party games. And one of them was Fibbage. And I would play it with, I would say, all right, I'd go up to the board and I'd write a code on the board. And my teacher there, who was one of the assistant coaches for the football team, he knew me. I never played football, but he knew me. He didn't care. And I would host Fibbage games on my laptop, and whoever knew about it or looked would join and play with it. And eventually, on one day, we had the entire class playing because it was essentially like the day before spring break, and they didn't really give us any work. So everybody played, and we had a bunch of people playing, competing and playing. And it was fun because the entire point of Fibbage is essentially, here's the question, now make up a lie and try and decipher the truth from these lies. And even the teacher had a great time because he found a lot of the answers funny.
All right.
That is my story.
That's not really shenanigan level. That's just, okay, this was cool shit I did in high school.
It was shenanigan because technically I was breaking the rules because I shouldn't have been playing games in school. And I got away with it.
That was just your teacher being cool. We all have that cool teacher.
Well, no, here's the thing. The thing about it was that all teachers liked me because I helped them with all of their tech and everything. So they just let me get away with whatever the fuck I wanted.
All right, my turn.
Go ahead.
So, starting in sophomore year, second year of high school, I was in the digital production class all the way to graduation. And digital production in my high school was, okay, this is the class that is doing all of the video editing and learning how to edit video or how to Photoshop and do ads. And it was one of the ways the school would bring in money is the local businesses would hire the school to make these low budget ads and, you know, record plays and all that. And after the first after the first semester, I became the teacher's assistant in that class, which sounds a lot more glamorous than it was.
Essentially, you ended up becoming the teacher's bitch.
Not really.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So one of the things that the class would do would be they would be given the plays from all of the elementary, middle school, and high school plays. All of them would record it. The video production class would go out and record them. The digital production class would edit them and come up with labels and get the software all ready to upload onto the DVDs. But there had to be someone that packaged all of it. And it cut me out.
No.
I just lost the stream. Ah, there it goes. That was a hell of a stream spike.
Do I have technical difficulty sound?
Yeah, it's
I don't have it. Oh well.
Then I'll just do
anyway.
Tonight.
So every time there was a play, I would have to package hundreds upon hundreds of these DVDs. Like, average play was, whole bunch of kids, 150 kids in this class for this year. And every single time, both parents and relatives wanted copies of that play. Like parents, grandparents, sometimes aunts and uncles.
Yes.
So it would be like 300 to 400 of these DVDs that they are whipping up. And, you only have a small portion of these guys whipping them up, and they're all working together on this project. So you got 30 kids in this class that are editing the video.
Mm-hmm.
But someone's got to package all those videos. Guess who got to package all the damn videos?
I'm guessing the bitch known as Red.
Well, it wasn't a bitch, but yeah, I got to package all the videos.
Well, you were teachers.
Guess what they weren't allowed to do?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You tell
me. They weren't allowed to pay me for this.
No, of course not.
So the teacher came up with this alternative method where, you name what you want to work on. And, occasionally he'd come to me and have me go, okay, I want you to look at this kid's project and tell me like 5 flaws you see. I'm not grading, but I am pointing out what I see and reducing his workload.
Right.
But the highlight of that was junior year, this one kid, and I'm just going to call him Alex. This one kid was a troublemaker. He was the pain in the ass. Name something that someone would do to be a pain in the ass for teachers. He did it. Fighting in the hallways, all that shit. Well, one day I'm walking among the computers and, looking over shoulders to make sure everyone's staying on task while the teacher is out of the room. Teachers come back into the room and I look up, see him, nod, go back to walking around. And I walk past this kid. He's not working on his work. I will give you 3 guesses what he was doing, and the first 2 don't count.
Cool math games.
Take it seriously, Blaze.
That is serious.
Games
cool
were
math.
Involved.
Cool math
were
games.
Involved, but it wasn't cool math.
No, so that's the joke. Cool math games is not an actual math game website. What it was is essentially it was a spoof URL to essentially say you're going to coolmathgames.com, but in reality you had stuff like the
Spicy.
Oh, he didn't need to do that back then.
like the Flash game stuff. You had actual games that people made and uploaded that you could play.
It was a type of Flash game. It was a type of Flash game.
Was it stick figure fighting?
No.
No, I think spicy.
Yes. Spicy.
Meat and Fuck Kingdom, Steve. You're telling me you've never heard of that meme? Okay, I'll send it to you.
No. But it sounds like about the right thing. Yes, he was playing some sort of Flash porn game.
Here, watch this real quick. It's about a minute long.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Refuse.
It's not actually
You
porn,
can
it's a
say
meme.
You're outvoted. You're outvoted.
Well, yes, the 100 Mirror Man. What game would you hate for your wife to walk in on you playing? Meat and Fuck Kingdom, Steve. Meeting, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, this guy was playing a Flash porn game. And as you can imagine, I'm just sitting there going, the balls on this kid. Thankfully, he was not doing anything else. He was just playing the game. But, walk over and...
pull on his headphones, you just hear, not the face, senpai, not the face.
God, no. No. Rules were you didn't touch anyone back then. You did not lay hands on a student back then.
No, same with mine. It was the same with mine, but it was a joke from Gabriel Iglesias.
So what I did is I went over and I talked to the teacher and, well, I'd known this teacher for a while. He was teaching for years. And he knew my brother. He knew my younger brother. And I tell him, so you want the dumb or you want the angry? And he just looks up at me, goes, okay, Red, what's going on? You don't hesitate normally when you're talking to me. And I go, you might want to take a look at what Alex has got up because that's not his assignment. And he gets up and walks over. And unfortunately for Alex, he didn't see the teacher get up. And I remember the teacher, we'll call him Joe. Joe sees what he's doing and just, reaches over the top of Alex and pushes the power button on the computer. Well, Alex starts getting really pissy and starts to get up, ready to throw hands with whoever just shut his computer off. And then he realizes who just did it.
Yeah. I mean,
and then he sees me, and he immediately makes the connection. For the rest of the time I was in high school, this kid went out of his way to try and piss me off, all the way up to just coming up and slugging me in front of another teacher. Yeah, that was Miss Martin, and he just walks up and slugs me dead on, and I just look down, like that movie where the guy just gets hit with something, and he just looks down, and then I look back up at him, like, okay.
Speaking of funny stories,
High school or
high
next
school.
topic?
High school.
All right, take it away, Shadow.
We weren't expecting this. Go on.
So, I took computers. I took several computers classes in high school.
As we all have. Continue.
And our computers professor, because he had a doctorate, well, the first class is, your standard intro to computers.
Intro to IT, yes.
No, intro to computers. not intro to IT, intro to the how to use a computer class.
Yeah.
Halfway through the school year, he finally finishes getting the school district to approve the conversion of the class to programming. Now, Fred had the story where his teacher had to go and walk over and have someone else walking around to see what people were doing on the computers. Yeah, my computer's professor didn't have to do that. He could see everybody's screen on his own screen. And he could selectively take over your screen if you were doing something he didn't want you to do.
Because you guys went to high school after me. I'm a fucking dinosaur compared to you. You don't
I'm not that much older. Or you're not that much older than I am.
You also had California Tech programs.
He's not wrong.
Pro.
But yeah, I made friends with the tech guy at school to the point where like he would always have to go to district to help out with their IT problems. That teachers would literally just pull me out of class and say, "Hey, I need Blaze for a problem with my projector," or "Hey, my computer's having issues. I need him." And I would do everything I could up until administration permissions were needed.
Oh, with me, it was audio video. Whenever the teacher couldn't get something to play on the TVs, because when I was going, we still had those CRTV carts. Like if you watch those videos,
I know.
I
had those in elementary school and middle school.
Yes.
Anyway, let me finish.
All right.
So, if you finished your
minutes.
class assignment, because we had kids all across the level of how to use a computer, he would give you an assignment, and at a certain point in class, you finished it, and you were done. You could go do something else on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were done. You submitted it. Then you could go do something else on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I was usually done pretty quickly, so I got to play. I got to play quite a few games in that class.
Uh-huh.
And there were a couple other kids that also played quite a few games. So we would have these. We would have the local area network Halo matches in computers class.
So I remember setting up tournaments for Halo back when that first came out.
Yeah.
We had a Halo 2 tournament about a week after the game came out.
Not Halo 2. This was local area network Halo Combat Evolved PC edition.
Yeah, we had that too. 2003 is when we had that one. It was right before the Halo 2 launch.
Yeah, ours were after Halo 2.
We also had the Halo 2 competition.
But Halo 2 and 3 weren't on PC. So we had Halo 1.
Oh, we just brought it.
Halo 3 was out by this time. Well, no, we couldn't do that because the Halo had to be on each of the PCs to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So we got to do those, and that was
high
fun.
School story. This was the senior prank, and I was not involved in this. I was not that dumb. So senior prank is a tradition at the high school I went to.
I have one.
Probably a tradition at yours as well.
Yep.
Not at mine, sadly.
Well, your high school probably had kids who were smart enough to not get caught.
Well, the thing about the senior...
more like the senior prank the senior prank had been banned before I started.
Yeah, mine got banned right after my year.
Yeah, my senior prank, and this took some planning. There were two of them. So the seniors weren't actually working together. It was two different groups doing this. The first one, they went down to some feed store and got about 3,000 or 4,000 crickets.
Oh
and
god.
released them into the school. And for the next couple of weeks, like, the janitor went through and tried to get them all. The teachers would capture them whenever they could. The science classes loved it because that was free food for the
For the pet projects,
lizards and the
yes.
snakes. Yes. Well, anyway, the other senior prank that disrupted class and they never figured out where the kids got them all. Kids were afraid to open the doors. No one wanted to touch the door handles. So we had those latch door handles where it's just comes out and it sticks to the side and you push down on it to open it. Standard high school door latch.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ones where they're horizontal and you turn it down or up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're hooked, so you're always catching your fucking pants on them.
Or your
if
backpack.
You try and open the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those types. Those things in the air.
Yes.
Well, we still don't know who did it or how they got so damn many. But this group had gone around, gotten hundreds of condoms, slightly dampened them. No one was touching them to find out what they used, and stuck them on every single door latch in the school.
See, that's more creative than what my senior year prank was. My senior year prank was, hey, we're going to go around the school and we're just going to glue the locks.
That's vandalism. That's
Yep.
more serious.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
and then
like that kind of one can result in jail time.
Oh no, they were arrested and that they were sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Yeah. No, that's not a prank.
Here's the impressive part. We had just had the cameras installed the year before. They managed to pull this off without getting caught on camera. Which means someone had to hack in and override the cameras.
Or know where it was kept and how to open it. So the years prior, it was whenever they did the senior prank, and it was about the time of the week to do it, they would have to go get with maintenance and let them know, hey, this is our prank, this is what we're doing, so that you know how to clean it up, or if you have to clean it up, and you can let us into the school early. The entire point was to prank the students and the teachers. We're running
really behind.
So essentially, 1 year, what the moral of the story is, 1 year they had 3 pigs labeled 1, 2, and 4. And that was the story. All right.
Anyway, so